In this point in history, HaKadosh Baruch Hu is pushing us into it in a way that never happened before. No young people ever got married in the history of the world in the past, and just you had to work on yourself or you're going to struggle with your kids. That didn't exist in previous generations. In today's generations, I'm convinced there are a lot of young people here and they know exactly what I'm talking about. It's constant work on yourself to be able to relate in a loving way to your children. And the children, they don't respond in kind so easily. And we never had this in the world. And the danger is if we don't do this work, the internet is standing there to pull them away, to pull them into a different world. I have discovered that the parents I speak to, are exceedingly resourceful once they recognize this shift has come upon them. I found the world we're living in today, between the self-help books and the positive, useful videos on the internet that are helpful for self-development, the proliferation of therapists everywhere in the film community. My experience is parents are very resourceful once they understand what their job is. The job in the past was always the focus, fix your kids first. That's what you're doing. In this generation, is fix yourself first. Take care of your own midas, because your kids will learn from you. When you work on yourself, they will learn from you. So we offer healthy, unconditional love to our children. That doesn't mean we're permissive. It doesn't mean we allow them to do whatever they want to do. Chas v'shalom. It means that when we direct them and help them, we do it in a way that's loving, where the children recognize, I'm doing this for your benefit, not for mine. This is not about me. It's not about me having a clean home. It's not about me having a convenience of my home. It's not about me. It's not about you owing it to me. That's not a message children hear anymore. On the contrary, when your children hear you telling them, to do various tasks around the house, the response from so many of today's generation is, what, I'm your servant? You wanted to have me so you'll have a slave? That's why you wanted me? Children have to feel that it's my job, my pleasure to parent you. My job is to help you become a healthy, happy, beloved human being, a happy person, successful in this world. That's my job. And I embrace my job gladly. And the struggles and challenges you give me, they're not in my way. Those struggles and challenges you give me are why I'm here. I'm here to help you. This change in the mentality of parenting is the future that's going to keep our children safe. And yes, so does it demand working on ourselves? Yes, it does. Yes, it does. But really, truthfully, we, those of us, Zeicha, to be in the world, the Torah world, could there possibly be one of us who doesn't believe that the most important thing I do in this world is working on my midas? Is there anyone here who thinks that's not the most important reason we're living in this world, is to work on our midas? It's why Hashem sent us back. It's why we're here. As the Vilna Gaon in Sefer Eben Shleima says, the Iker Metzias HaAdam Ba'olam Hazeh Hu Tikkun Shviras HaMidas, breaking your midas, your bad midas. The real reason you're here is to break your bad midas. And the Gaon goes on to say, Ve'im lav lama l'chaim. And if not, what are you doing here? Kodesh Baruch Hu's brought us to this world. And if we can embrace this with love, with joy, with happiness, knowing this is my job, and watch the result of having a loving family and seeing what that does to our children, what could be better? It's consistent with all our values, our core values as Jews. This is our core values. And at the same time, it promotes a loving family that will truthfully, hopefully help our children stay close. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying easy, but I'm saying it's axiomatic to this next world. By the way, are people getting depressed about what I'm saying? No, seriously. Does it sound depressing? You can wave if it does. Honestly, when I talk to young people today, they relate to this very, very well. These are our core values. And if the beneficiary of those core values is I'm going to build a loving family, and I'm going to have children who I feel close to and loved, and they love me, what could be better? The world of chinuch, the school systems have their own unique challenges, which play out in a different way than it is at home, but with the exact same philosophy. What I teach in the schools when I speak to mechanches, is I'm trying to appeal to them that they too cannot run a school system without structure, without rules, and without discipline. It's not possible. But the difference is in this generation is that we offer those things with kindness, without anger, without threats, without the feeling of you're unworthy and you're on probation here in our school and we really don't want you and you have to behave or you're out. Without all that, on the contrary, is that we want you and we'd love to work with you. And here are the consequences of your behavior. This is what you've done, and here's how we're going to teach you. We're here to help you. I'll give you an example. A school was having detentions. One day, the manal, the head of the school, called me and told me that this morning a child came into school and gave him a credit card. Gave him a credit card. And he said, "What's the credit card for?" He said, "Well, my father asked you to keep this on file, so each time I get a detention, they get a knas. You could just find me, just have the credit card available, so you could just find me right away." He missed the whole point. The manal called me and said, "Something's off. Something's wrong. We need to change this." We gave him a few ideas, but one of them was the detention. And I suggested to him that when you put a child in detention, because you show a child, look, here's the rules, you didn't keep the rules, and I feel bad for you. I really feel bad for you. Oh, but you get a detention because that's the rules. And I feel sorry for you. I'm not angry with you. On the contrary, my job is to help you. So the kid goes to detention, and I told the manal to go and sit in detention with each of the kids and offer them help how not to get another detention. In the old days, they taught kids how to hate the Rambam. Did you know that? They taught the kids how to hate the Rambam because they put them in detention and said, write over, copy 10 pages of Rambam. So now the kids come out hating the school and hating the Rambam. So I said, no, go into detention and sit with the kids. A novel idea, a crazy novel idea. Sit down with the kids and say to them, I see you got a detention. I feel bad for you. How can we help you? You shouldn't get another one. And go from desk to desk with the kids, talking to them about how can we help you not getting another detention. This happened. This is an unbelievable story. This manal did. He called me back literally a few months later. He said he got a letter from a boy in 6th grade. This is how old? 6th grade? It's 11? 11 years old. 11-year-old child wrote him a letter, and the letter was written on behalf of all the boys in detention, the regulars who keep getting detention, that Rebbe, we're really sorry that we keep you back, we keep you behind every day to come and sit in detention with us, to talk to us, so we're all going to try harder not to get a detention. You see, the theory is, chas v'shalom, not to give up ever on the structure and the discipline. That would be anarchy. We would destroy our kids' lives, God forbid. The difference is that we understand they're kids and they're having a hard time. And we're here to help you. And the kids have to pick up from us. That's my job, is to help you. I'm not angry with you. I'm here to help you. I told a manal one time, the boys were coming late for davening in the morning. They were coming late. And they were using detentions, knas, they were finding them. Nothing worked. They kept coming late. And they noticed the ruach in the school was getting worse. So the manal called me, asked me, what did I think? What should we do? So I told him the following. I said, wait, you have to daven first, before the kids daven. Wait by the door when the kids come in. If a kid comes in 5 minutes late, by the way, if you listen to this story, borrow from this story for your lives. Take this story, take the theory behind the story, and use it with your children. Ready? I told him to stand there by the door. If a child comes 5 minutes late, you say to him, wow, so happy you came. Don't worry you're late. I'm glad to see you. Go daven. A kid comes in 10 minutes late, you say, whoa, I'm really impressed you came. Good for you. Go daven. A kid comes in 20 minutes late, you say, how on earth did you come? I can't believe it. What a fight you must have had this morning. And you came anyway. Good for you. Go daven. And a kid that comes half an hour late, you say to him, you I'm very impressed with. You I'm very impressed with. I can't believe you came. I can't believe you came anyway. Half an hour late. Come to me in recess. I have a Danish for you and a soda for you. Come to me in recess. Now what are you doing? The kid, by the way, when I first said this publicly, I got one email attacking me. The email was from a woman who worked with eating disorders. She said, how dare you say a Danish and a soda? Carrot sticks, maybe, I don't know. What's the whole point? When the kid now comes to the manal in the break and recess for the Danish and soda, you can now talk to him and say, Mevida, what's going on? You came late. I see it's the second time. You're coming very late. What's going on at home? How can we help you? And when you give him the Danish and soda, typically the kid starts crying because he feels cared for. And then he'll tell you exactly what's going on at home and why he came late, which might include that his mother's not feeling well and he stayed late to help her. He's a little tzaddik. But instead of just being angry and punishing, we have to shift the paradigm, shift the dialogue, where by the time the kid comes in feeling cared for. We're here to help you. We're not here to hurt you. The manal of this particular school, when he first did it, told me within a few months he had a whole new ruach in the school of kids feeling cared for, simply by this one intervention. I'm telling you, the kids of today are desperately wanting, desiring to be cared for, and they're not feeling it enough. Anger and frustration does not convey that to our children. Love and kindness, with the rules, with the structure, with the discipline, in a loving way, tells our children, we love you and we want that connection with you.